Hello Divination and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create a floating contact section with Divi scroll motion effects. This is the final result we're aiming to achieve. So without wasting a lot of time, let's dive in and let's get started. All right, so the first thing we need to do is to head over to this post, which I'll link to in the show notes below. And also you can download this design absolutely free. So I'm going to show you now how to set it all up. So what you want to do is to scroll down here until you come to this section, which talks about downloading the floating contact section for free. So once you enter your email address, you're going to see this button here, which says download this file. So you want to go ahead and click on it. Now this file is going to be zipped. So you need to unzip the file. So if I go here to my folder where I downloaded it, you're going to notice that this is the zipped one. So what you want to do is just double click on it, and this unzips it. And you also want to go into this folder because the file that we're going to need is this .json file. Okay, so we're going to come back to this here in a moment. Next, let's come over here to our site now. So what we need to do first is to go in and add our design to our library. So I'm going to scroll all the way down here and hover over where it says Divi, and I'm going to go to my Divi library. Next, I'm going to click import and export. And now we need to find that file that we've just downloaded. So I'm going to click here on import, and I'm just going to bring my window back here so we can see it. So this is the file. I'm just going to drag it here. Another way to do this, you can just choose the file and then navigate to the folder where you downloaded it. All right, so now I'm going to hit import Divi builder layouts. Excellent. So now you can see we have our Divi layout in place. Next, we are now going to need to create a brand new page. So I'm going to come over here, click on add new. So let's call this page new contact. But of course, you can name this page whatever you want. So now I'm going to click on use Divi builder. Next, I'm going to click here on build from scratch. And then on the bottom here, I'm going to click on these three little icons, click on this plus button. And now I am going to my library. And this time we're not going to go to our pre-made layouts, but we're going to come over here to our saved layouts. This is where the design is saved. So I'm going to click here on floating contact section layout. And here we go. So now we have our design here added in. Okay, so of course you are going to have a different setup on your site, and also your colors are going to be different. So let me show you how you can go in and start customizing this. So first of all, let's head over here to our section settings, because here is where we can change our background image, because this map here may not match your map. So I'm going to come over here to background, click on the third tab, and this is where we have our map. So what you can do is you can go to Google Maps and search your area. And then once you've searched your area, you can take a screenshot, and this is where you'd come and add it. And you should just add it on as an image. Okay, so this is how you do it. So let's go ahead and let's try and add our own map. Okay, so I'm going to come over here to Google Maps. Okay, so we can either zoom in or zoom out. It just depends how you want to add your map. So here we go. So now I'm going to take a screenshot of this page. Now back on our design here, I'm just going to click on upload files, select files, and then I'm going to go to my desktop, double click on my screenshot, and then I'm going to click upload an image. There we go. So now I have my own image added, and this is my map. Okay, so now I can, and making sure that we set this to cover, and also the position here could be centered. I'm going to hit save. Now it's time to go in and customize our form. So I'm going to click here on my title first. And here it says contact. So you can change this to contact us. And if you wanted to change the font and the color, you can always come over here to design and then click here on this paintbrush tool or icon. And then we can change this to our font. So I'm going to go with Poppins. I really like using Poppins for my designs here. There we go. And you can make it slightly smaller. There we go. Okay, so now that we have our title here, we can change the color. You can set this to white if you want to. And then moving on, back over here, I'm going to save. Now let's work on our form. So our contact form fields are here. We can also remove and add fields if we need to. So let's start off by designing this. I'm going to click here on this paintbrush tool. So this is where we have this background color. So you can play around with this and change it to whatever color you want, and to really customize this and make it look like your own design. Okay, so I'm just going to undo that. In fact, you know what? So let's say you want to go with black, for example. Our fields text color is here. You can change this to whatever you want. But you know what? Let's go with a very light gray. We can also change our fields text font. And let's make it medium. There we go. Now we also have these borders here. So you can choose to either have them or you can just get rid of them altogether. It's all up to you. So I'm going to come over here to border. So my rounded corners here, they're set to 5. So I can reduce them to about 4. And also the size here, I can reduce that to 1 pixel and also change the color. So you can see here, you can highly customize this and make it look the way you want. So let's say this white is a bit too much. You can always add a bit of transparency to it by just dragging this down like that. And now we need to deal with this background. So to work on the background, let's save this. We can come over here to our row settings. So you want to go to our first column here, go to our background, and this is where we have our background color. So we can go and choose our color. So now you can see here we have a solid black. So we can use this as our main color. Or if you want to make it slightly lighter, we can use a darker gray like that. We can also customize our submit button here as well. So I'm just going to save this. Now, what's important here is as you're designing this contact form, you want to make sure that you're using colors that match the rest of your website. And this is how you're going to have a seamless design. So you don't want to have all these colors here if they don't match your color palette. Okay, so let's move on here. And this is where we can go into our social media icons. I'm going to click here on this gear icon and we can add or subtract if we need to here. So let me just duplicate this and show you how easy it is to add other social media networks. So if I click here on this gear icon, I can now choose the one that I want. So let's go with Instagram. So you can see right away, I've chosen Instagram there. So I can come over here to background and I can also change the color if I need to change it or match the color that we have here. Okay, next we are going to come over here now to our text module. So again, this is where we can go in and change all our headings. We can change our location here as well. And basically this is just text. You can go in and change if we need to. Okay, and this definitely you want to come over here and change your email address. And as soon as you start typing it here, it's going to update over here. And also, let's say you want to change the background color. Again, you can just change your background color by just doing that. And now our background color has been changed. And also, if you want to change the colors of your text, you can just change it by going in here, just like that. And as you can see, it's been updated. And also the fonts, if you need to do that. Okay, so 18 is a bit too much here. So I'm going to reduce it just slightly to about 17. And now you can see my social media icons are not matching. So I'm going to come back here and change the color, the background colors of my social media icons. So one way to change this design completely is just by adding this background to the whole thing. But if you want to have them separately, you can just click here on, say, for example, Facebook, change this to black. And now you can see the design really matches it. And then you want to click back here. Go to Twitter, change the background as well, go back, let's go to LinkedIn, change the background, and let's say you want to add an extra one like what we did with LinkedIn. I can just click here on this gear icon and we can change the network, and this time we need Instagram. Looks like I have to change the background again. There we go. Okay, so now that I've changed my icons, I can add more, and that is great. Over here on design, I can go to my icons here and change my icon size and my icon colors. You can see here, I've just changed the Instagram now to white. And if you need to adjust the size, you can just reduce it like that. Okay, so that is how you can go in and change this design. Now, once you're happy with your design, all you have to do now is to save and exit the Visual Builder. and pretty much you have your final design. So there you have it. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and do follow us on our social media platforms. By doing so, you'll be notified every time we release new tutorials. Until next time, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.